mom. I want my MTV.
What's this?
Everywhere.
I know.
My chair keeps disappearing.
Welcome to the Suspish Squad's Bailey Banter, episode number 55.
Bye.
55. You're here with your admins, Nat and Kat.
55. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Great. You know, living the life, living the dream with my chair disappearing behind me.
I know. At least you didn't have a floating head. At least
Right.
you know.
The first episode of the Bailey Banter in April, which we always announce the previous month's winner. You want to announce it? Drum roll, please.
Drum roll. The winner is Sherry Banyan.
Sherry. Congratulations.
Hope I'm saying your last name right. I think I am. I think she corrected me and said, "You're the only one who said it right." I'm like, okay.
And she's been a winner before in our random drawing selection. And as always, our monthly challenge is at random. You have up to 4 entries to participate. If you do one of the looks, there's 4 a month. If you do one look and you submit it underneath Genia's post, which is in the featured section, then that's how you enter using the hashtag, which is usually Suspish, whatever month it is, and then 23 for the year. So for now, it is Suspish. Hashtag Suspish April 23.
Yes. And Sherry also won the main challenge in February.
Oh, she did. Yes. For our big month, February, a big grand giveaway that we did.
Yes. So now, do you want to get into Bailey's latest episode, her Q&A? She changed it up.
She did. So I loved it.
Me too. I loved it too. I felt like she was speaking to us, like all these questions that we have. And like, it's nice to have kind of like her, like fill in the blanks for us in a way on how her process is and what she like, you know, like all the things that she's been through and stuff. That I love that.
That was, I mean, and to be honest, that's a perfect platform to do it. Right. Murder Mystery Makeup is her baby. And, you know, creating that and seeing how far that it's come. And now, of course, and she even mentioned in there being a little bit more consistent, being able to keep up with that and her dark history and the little Netflix closed case thing that she does, plus everything else that she has going on. Did you see? So she was actually in a podcast recently, and I put it on the page. It's called Full Coverage. She was on there as a guest, and the 2 hosts, they're friends, Manny MUA and Laura Lee. And we can link it in the video again, but it was a fantastic, just like sit down bullshitting session.
And this was, is this primarily makeup related?
So the 2 hosts are in the makeup industry. That was the first time the 2 of them had met, but both apparently like had been fans of each other as well. So they just got a chance to really just kind of sit down and, you know, be real with each other. She talked a little bit about how she created Murder Mystery Makeup, you know, doing the dark history, what's her favorite things that she likes to do. And it was really cool, like really casual kind of conversation. And then that was a couple weeks ago, and then she just came out with the Q&A, which I think is fabulous.
Yes, and she said she's gonna do it like every couple of months. So
get
those questions ready. Get them ready. Let's shoot some questions at her. I didn't know she was doing that. I would have had loads of questions.
Well, and I, you know, she said she put it out on her Instagram, and I follow her on everything. So I didn't see it actually on her Instagram. I don't remember seeing that on there. Yeah, saying that she's going to be doing a Q&A, but some of like the biggest questions that she had were like, what's the story that sticks with you the most that you've done? And she mentioned that was the Toy Box Killer, and that was like early on, one of her early ones. She was a blonde then.
So now, do you remember when she did that story?
I remember seeing it. Yeah.
It's a crazy story.
It is. I mean, kidnapping these people and bringing them into his shed, aka trailer, aka toy box, and
torture chamber.
Yeah, torture chamber. Basically, giving them. I guess she said that he played like this audio or something of him recording, telling the victim like, "These are all the things that I'm going to do to you," and
Yes.
crazy.
Oh, you have to watch there's a documentary on him.
Okay.
He is one. When she said he was this old, weathered, creepy guy, that was an understatement. When you see him, you're gonna be like, holy shit. He looks like an 80-year-old man. He's like, just doesn't look like he could have done that much damage, but he did. Like he really, I mean, these poor women, what they went through is just horrific.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
And just the whole like why, reasoning behind it, which really kind of like fascinates us.
Yeah.
The whole why, like the purpose behind it, like why did, or how, when, what, how, like how does this happen? But she was mostly haunted, or the most lingering story would be the Torbox killer.
I don't blame her. That's a pretty dark story.
Intense.
So went over her first story.
Yes.
I absolutely love, because I don't think she says like, oh, she was like insecure, uncomfortable at first because she was speaking into a camera by herself. I didn't pick up on that at all. I don't think anybody picked up on it.
No, and there's been some comments actually on her Q&A too, where it talks about like, hey, you just look so natural. Like how, you seems like it just comes naturally to you, but she just is, is very honest and makes herself vulnerable to that situation and just says, hey, it's uncomfortable to sit there and look at a camera lens. Like I'm looking at you now recording, so I have somebody to talk to.
True. That's true. She's doing her makeup, which I think is also a way, just a strategy to kind of let us into her process. And we love that. But like, she also went into, which kind of broke my heart a little bit when she started to cry.
Yes.
But she was being very like, respectful to everybody in her life, and, saying like she had hard times.
Right.
And obviously 2022, like these were hard times for everyone, and her. I mean, COVID really was hard, and we got to kind of watch her go through it. But it's sad that she lost a friend that she's not ready to talk about. And, she went through some life changes. Bella says hi. The party don't start until Bella's here.
Party don't start till the Bella bark. Yeah. She broke up with Fern.
Yeah. And I think that's, probably because he's an artist. He does have a public persona. So everybody should be, look, right? Like we know, breakups are hard to do. Okay. So you got to be respectful for both sides.
Yeah, of course. I follow him too.
Me too.
He's an artist, and you see him doing like, paintings and tattoos and all that stuff. So he's good.
Yeah.
So she did have a really rough time, and so she cried about that, and then she started to cry too about how appreciative she is of everybody and their support, which is amazing.
Yes.
I would cry too. I'm about to cry right now.
We're literally the Suspish squad. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the final puzzle piece is for Bailey to come on this channel and say, hey guys, and we'll get there.
Bailey, call us girl.
And she notices everybody. She said, don't change your profile picture.
Yes, that's so cool.
Recognize them, which is really cool. She's really cool.
And I love how she was plugging in self-help and self-care. She said she'd been going to therapy since she was like 18. And there's a huge like misnomer about that kind of stuff. And I think that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to talk about it. And having that as an outlet. The other thing that she said too was that she limits her screen time for like social media. She gives herself 45 minutes a day.
That's good.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
right there. That's a goal. Just limiting the screen time altogether, which opens up time for other things. She limits her office hours when she's writing or recording. And then she, just gives herself time to like read and do other things. Just self-care. It's so important. And I love the fact that she is open to talking about that, and that, hopefully other people will follow suit.
Yes. Self-care, I think, also describes the Suspish squad, because during a very hard time globally, okay, we came together from all walks of life, and we coped together.
Yes.
And we all found a common interest in her art, in makeup, and telling a great freaking story.
Yep.
And we kind of all supported each other. So even like you said, she takes care of herself, but I hope she knows how much she has kind of changed our life and helped us through our own real hard times by connecting us all.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Interested in following her right around COVID time, like right around that time frame. And, and then was in the Suspish squad when there was probably 125 people.
Yeah.
Been around,
long time ago. Actually,
been around for a while. Yeah. We creep up, keep getting up over 103,000, kind of go back down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. But sometimes people are naughty and they don't belong.
No. And she's inspired so many things. There are so many people in the group through the two healthy years that where people were needing something outside of being trapped in their home or something like that. They found safety in our group, and we really strived to be that place. We weren't afraid to put ourselves out there in order to keep the group safe.
Right.
You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Through all of that, she also inspired a lot of people that we know to take a chance on themselves. Makeup artists, people that are artists just in general, or our podcast. She inspired so many people to just take a chance on yourself. All you need is, think about it. Think about what she's done with her brain, her talent, one camera, and a story.
Yeah.
Think how many people she's inspired. And that is kind of I wish I could do half of that.
Right.
Half of that.
Take off like she did. Although she had been on YouTube, she said, since 2013. So, and she didn't start doing the murder mystery makeup until 2019. So, even then she was good. She had followers, people were following her, and she was doing, remember her Bailey Does sessions? Yes. To go back and look in some of her old videos. It's great.
You always can judge a Bailey video also by the color of her hair. Because there was a time when she was silver, I want to say, and then she went blonde, and then she went to my favorite, her brunette, because I think she's just stunning as a brunette. She's just a brunette. Some people, her skin tone, everything just lights up as a brunette.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I also saw, and I posted on the page recently, and I think somebody else had posted on the page. So the Morbid podcast, recently she went to Boston, and apparently maybe that was part of the reason she went to Boston. So I saw on her social media, and I don't think it's out yet, but maybe by the time this comes out, or maybe by the end of the month, that we'll be able to see. So if you follow Morbid or follow Bailey Sarian, on social media, you'll be able to see that maybe soon she'll be out there. I can't wait to listen to see what it is. And if it's just them bringing her on as a guest, or if they actually talk about a story, it'd be super interesting.
Yeah. And that's a podcast we follow.
It is.
It is. It really is.
And I'm Elena, and this is Morbid.
Can you have a baby?
Baby girl.
Oh
last year.
God. Congratulations, Wine and Crime. That's another podcast.
It's another podcast.
Adore.
Yes. You get to, get that inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, and it says something about yourself when you are able to do some certain things, but to broaden your horizons and to be able to kind of like be part of the community. You really you have to listen to other people, or if you want to be a writer, like read other works, or you want to be a YouTube star, get on YouTube or
get
watch
inspired.
YouTube. Yeah,
Do your homework, get inspired. Well, get inspired, do your homework, and commit.
Yes.
Because there are bumps and I mean, life is like a roller coaster. There are good times, there are bad times. And you know what? I can honestly say through the worst times of my life, the Suspish squad has been there, highs and lows.
Yeah.
So
yes. Me too.
I swear I will be there for you, Kat Adams.
My name. Me too. Oh, she did say she will also come next Monday. We'll have another Murder Mystery Makeup Monday.
I cannot wait. What do you think she's gonna do?
She did talk about she's writing about Jack the Ripper, but I don't think she's ready for that one. It sounds like that one is kind of still in the works.
That would be great.
Yeah,
that would be great because that is see she's a good storyteller, right? So when there's a story that is so fucking old that has the lack of evidence or communication or letters or detective work or something like Jack the Ripper, where we're kind of like relying on these communications and like these small pieces of evidence to put together this horrific story, this is where she kind of like, for me, just shines because she's able to kind of piece that sucker together, give me a visual on what happened. And I don't have to like, because sometimes, I mean, you know, after you listen to a podcast, you kind of like, oh, I got to Google that, or
I've got questions.
I got questions. When I listen to Bailey, when she does those stories, I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I know the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. So can I do a cat confession on the banter?
Yes.
Okay. So my fascination with true crime started with Jack the Ripper. And it was a book that I read by Patricia Cornwell, who is also my favorite author. It was a non-fictional book. So it was kind of like where she solved it. Case closed, Jack the Ripper.
Right.
And I was also in my undergrad going through criminal justice. So that's kind of where my whole like full steam ahead into true crime started with Jack the Ripper.
Okay. Can you put that book in the link?
Sure.
I would like to see that book.
Yes. It's, and the way she theorizes it in the book, it's plausible. But there are, of course, you know, some other people out there that contradict her evidence. And I don't know. She, like I said, she's my favorite author. But I think it is called Case Closed. I can't remember. It's been so long since I read it, but that was part of like my.
Okay.
So it'd be super interesting to see Bailey do her take on Jack the Ripper.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Oh my God. And if she's doing these Q&As, Suspish Squad. So if there are questions you want her to answer, start listing them below this video. And we'll make sure to remind you to Instagram her when that time comes. Yeah.
We definitely can, you know, help keep track. And if she knows it's coming from the squad. Yeah. That would be amazing.
Yes. Thank you for doing this Bailey banter with me. This is so nice.
Thank you. It's a break from the crime chat.
Yes.
But have no fear. It's out there. It's coming.
Another crime chat will be here.
Another crime chat will be here. We will keep going.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night. And yeah.
We'll see you on the next banter.
All right.
Stay tuned. Bye.